Welcome to a new interview as part of the Ukie Need to Know series. I'm delighted today to be joined by Vangie King from Informa, who is the go-to, my person of knowledge with everything to do with GDC. Hi, Vangie, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Sam. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. All the better for being joined by you today. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Vangie King. I am on the commercial team for the media and entertainment portfolio at Informa Tech. Part of that is GDC and GameDeveloper.com. Informa Tech is quite a large exhibitions media firm. We own quite a lot of big brands in sort of the tech space. Brands like London Tech Week, Black Hat, and of course GDC, which is Game Developers Conference. Yeah, so I am based in the UK, and I work on the GDC team.
Amazing. Now, events like GDC and things like Gamescom and China Joy, these are hugely popular events for games industry professionals to go to network with each other and to meet each other. Um, what's the real value of going to one of these trade shows, just for a general games business? Why should they go to these networking events?
So Sam, events like GDC and Gamescom are basically the meeting ground for leaders in the industry. Um, a lot of sort of key decisions, strategic meetings, all of that sort of takes place. But GDC in particular is, like I said, the meeting ground for all the key players in the industry to meet. It's a global event. It is really, really well attended. For any business, I would highly recommend going there. There's a lot of value in just even being at GDC.
Just remind me, is it a consumer event or purely trade? And if it is trade, where do people come from? You say it's a global event. Are there any particular markets where lots of visitors would come from?
So look, GDC is a B2B gaming event.
Mm.
It is the largest in the world. In terms of global regions, we've got really all over the world. Any sort of major gaming sort of region in the world would be present at GDC. There is a high percentage of North America that is there, but equally EMEA, UK, very strong, growing. APAC is also a big sort of region that is growing fast. So it is a truly global event. Any sort of big name in gaming, little or small, any sort of emerging name in gaming will be at GDC.
And are there any unique things about GDC? You know, what makes it? I don't necessarily want you to be rude about the competition here, but what makes what makes GDC the sort of the must go to event? Are there any particular unique things?
Yeah, I mean, we are positioned as the premium premier sort of gaming event in the world. The name is recognized almost anywhere. You can just name GDC and everybody will know it. But like I said, it's a B2B meeting ground. So again, all of the leaders, all of the new sort of companies coming in, they definitely will be there. It is also an event very much about sort of thought leadership. So there
Hmm.
is a lot of learnings throughout the week. We've got over 1,000 speakers this year,
Wow.
so it is highly, it's very popular in that sense. So in terms of key takeaways, education in the market, it's big time at GDC.
So it's great for doing business. It's great for learning about the industry. I mean, I'm not ever suggesting that I'm going to want to stand up and do a speaking slot there, but how do companies, if they've got something really interesting to say, what's the process for sort of applying and submitting a speaker application?
So look, we've got our call for submissions that happen in the summer. Basically, it is an opportunity for sort of the organic speaking route. If you have a topic that you do want to sort of present, it is a process of application. It goes to the GDC board and they will decide on speakers. So you may get invited on that. Another route is the sponsored speaking route that we can offer for sure. So a company can come to us and say, we've got this particular topic. We really want to speak. We want to, join, be part of a summit, for example, on a particular topic. So we can sort of align it like that. But yeah, we've got this sponsored speaking route, and then we've also got the sort of organic route to speaking. Um, like I said, the speaking opportunities are like gold dust at GDC. So it really is.
Yeah, premium slots, yes, but certainly you get that attention as a result. So worth considering at least if companies have something that they think
Definitely.
is of value. So thank you for that. I'm particularly interested in sort of opportunities. If we think about our audience, it's most likely to be games businesses, developers, publishers, large and small. What are the sort of the opportunities that you would want to highlight for small and medium-sized companies in particular? Why should they come out to GDC? What are the opportunities for them to exhibit their games to the rest of this global market?
So our approach is quite consultative. So we would try and cater for all sorts of budgets from small to large. Typically, you can exhibit, you can speak at the event. We've got a lot of sort of activities also that's going around. We've got a lot of online opportunities as well on our gamedeveloper.com platform. But for example, gamedeveloper.com is going to have a news desk at GDC. We've got opportunities around that. So on site and online. But like I said, we do a consultative approach. So we would consult with the company and find out what the key sort of objectives are and needs are. But anything from exhibiting to business meeting rooms to signage to summits, there's such a lot. It's a big, big basket of opportunities that we can offer.
We've always found it as Ukie is the trade association, we would often have a country pavilion there, and that's a really good way of getting a lot of large number of companies to sort of share a space. But if a company wanted to go solo, are
Mhm.
there, what's the sort of opportunities for being the exhibitor within GDC itself? This amazing audience walking around and you want to showcase.
Yeah, I mean, we've got entry level sort of exhibiting spaces. It really, it can be really tiny spaces up to really large spaces. But like I said, again, it goes back to sort of the objectives of what the company is trying to achieve. But anything from exhibiting to speaking to joining a summit to releasing content as well. For example, if you wanted to release written pieces, it very much varies, but the opportunities are a lot in terms of exposure. We really do take advantage of the audience that we get.
Mm.
This year, we will have over 24,000 in attendance. So the numbers are back to pre-COVID. The show this year is quite well attended. We also have a lot of press, for example, at GDC. So there will be lots of on the ground sort of coverage that happens also just at on the show floor. Yeah, it's a pretty well stacked event this year.
Actually, and thinking about the talking about the sort of the reach of GDC, obviously that's the epicenter of the event in the Moscone Center where companies can exhibit and go meet people. But there's so much more to GDC, isn't there? It's such an
Oh yes.
experience. It really takes over the city.
Yeah, I mean, we do tend to take over the city around that time. There's a lot of build up. We've got things like podcasts going on. We've got, like I said, loads of like online coverage as well. But yeah, it takes over the city basically for that time. There's a lot of there's some time for setup as well just before the event. A lot of networking events, a lot of social events that take
Mm.
place. It really is all encompassing. And then as a follow-up in the summer, we've got GDC Showcase, which takes place in June. And again, that reflects on all the sort of the best of GDC. We do have quite a large team, that executes on GDC and all of our game products or game brands. So it kind of is, we give that 360 sort of solutions to companies. So all of the touch points we cover.
It's interesting, and you're the UK representative, so great to have
That's
someone in the
correct.
UK that can help companies get out to GDC and fully understand the plethora of opportunities that you present. And do you get to go out and experience some of these social events? Do you? I mean, when
Yeah.
you're there at GDC, is it all work, or do you get to have some fun as
I,
well?
I mean, we definitely are all hands on deck for the week, but there is a lot of sort of, you know, going out on the show floor, understanding our clients, making sure that they're okay, and so forth. Yeah, networking there will be definitely in the evenings. There is also, we do have networking sort of events for exhibitors. Um, so we will sort of invite them and have, drinks and so forth. There definitely is a lot of that as well, with GDC. And I think also it very much is a community. So getting to know everybody. And I know like we do tend to draw big names, but we also draw the small names. So our content, I think you will find, is very much concerned with grassroots as well. So we are always trying to sort of develop that and stay connected to sort of grassroots game developers and so forth. And there's an element of that at GDC as well, for sure.
Lovely. That's a great summary. Thank you very much. On the screen that follows, I'll be putting your contact details and also some links to some of the key online resources and materials that people can to have a look at for GDC. And hopefully, if there are companies that are listening that are interested in finding out more, please reach out to Vangie. She's the UK representative for Informa, the organisers of GDC. You'll get anything you need to know and a bespoke service by the sound of it, which is very, very useful for all games companies. So thank you for your time today, Vangie.
Thank you very much, Sam. Thanks.